Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to Totally Local, quarantine edition. As always, I'm your host, Andrew Topat. Leo is sequestered somewhere. He's not allowed out, so he can't be on here today. But with me today, I have Aaron Levine from LG Insurance, and we're just gonna get into it here. Just talking smack about what's going on. How's it going, Aaron?
Hey Andrew, everything is as good as it gets. You can tell I'm on a tropical beach right now.
Yeah, that looks great.
Doing my best to keep it real,
Uh-huh.
or we can always change that and go back to my space office.
I like the Vatican one. Here I am with a like, oh man, I feel like such a like an ass. I set up an actual background.
Here we go.
And
We got the Vatican library right there. It's
perfect.
empty. We're good. There's nobody in there right now.
Nobody in there. There's nobody
We're
anywhere.
all stuck in quarantine.
So we had the idea to do this. You brought it up. I don't know, a week ago, days ago. I can't remember. It's all a blur now.
It feels like it really was hours, but it feels like
But basically, hey, DJ Uncle's nephew's listening. What's up? What's up, man? How's it going? Ming's on there too. What's up, Ming?
what's up, man?
We were supposed to do, speaking of Ming, we were supposed to go to a shared universe podcast studio, and Aaron, being the responsible one, was just like, maybe we shouldn't do this, and we should go a little virtual, you know? But we're figuring it out. We set up, we kind of look, what I need to get is those, those little talking points, the little scrolly stuff, like a news, like an actual news station. But I'll do that for our follow-up discussion that we're hoping to do. We were talking about doing it next week, early next week, and we're just locking it down. The problem is we're talking to local business owners, and they got their, they're busy. They're hustling because there's a lot going on.
It's changing every minute, right? We're watching the news. We're spending a lot of time listening to the governor, listening to the president, and all just trying to learn and figure out what to do next. And as small business owners, it's a true challenge right now. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of things changing, people scrambling. There's so much unknown that it makes it worthwhile for us to get on here and chat about it, and hopefully bring some more business owners online with us next week to really get the pulse of the street, see what everybody's doing in different sectors, and put the message out there from Asbury Park, from Long Branch, from Red Bank, from all over the Jersey Shore area.
Yeah, Ocean County, Monmouth County. I mean, the thing that really, I was asking people, not that I like predicted anything, because I was in the middle. People were freaking out. People were not taking it seriously, and I was in the middle. I'm like, I guess you just got to play it day by day. But I would just ask people. I'm like, well, what would you do? What do you do if? And last week nobody had any clear answers to any of that. And what it seems to me, like I've actually talked to like business owners and then landlords that they own the building that they're in, and then I've heard stories about employees, and there's a wide spectrum, and it's like a domino effect. So the landlords, they need to collect their money. If they need to collect their money. The business owner, they need to pay the employees, and they need to pay their rent. And then you have on the opposite side the people that are working, like and they got to get paid. I've heard of people getting laid off. I've heard of some landlords cutting people breaks. I've heard of some landlords not cutting people breaks. I've heard of people like just cutting out and just dropping whatever they were kind of planning on doing. But there's got to be some kind of a balance to all of this, and I just don't know. I don't. It's scary. It looks a lot like you lived through it too. Like 2008 was like a scary, was a very like it was a very rough time. Let's just say that.
It was a rough time, and I feel like the hurricane is coming, but it's going to loom over us for quite some time. Like even Sandy was, an event. It was day and time. It was 10 days period of time till the power went back on. And then we were able to get lives back in order. We just don't know where we're at right now. All the layoffs going on. And so here I run an insurance agency. We're still fully staffed. we're answering as many questions, helping as many people, keeping the pulse with our insurance companies of who's going to allow people to defer payments, not pay their bills this month or next month without being canceled for auto, for home, for business insurance and everything else, and then keeping an eye on what's going on with the government, state and local, for what are they going to do for small business to help them out? Are we going to get business interruption covered? I know they started taking applications on the SBA loans, so there's a lot of things moving, a lot of moving parts, and we have to keep up to date on it every day.
Yeah, and I mean that's really like people talk about like job creators, and I feel like the real job creators are on like a local level. They're this whole podcast was started because I love this area. I love the local businesses and entrepreneurs in the area, and it's just this effect of what can you do. I think restaurants kind of have been doing good. Epic shouts out to Modine in Asbury Park. I got some takeout last weekend from them, and they dropped it off on the stoop, and they left. And
Nice.
yeah, it was like it was super simple. It was pretty affordable. It actually like it lasted us 2 days, the meal. But people have to get innovative. It's just kind of a little nerve wracking. I know people personally that like they got a phone call. They were laid off, and I don't think people were really kind of expecting this to happen. I don't. Do you think that having the summer coming up, it'll make it somewhat of a ease the burden a little bit as far as hopefully the summer traffic coming into the area and stuff like that, or you know
Listen, if we get out of this trench and get out of it before the summer kicks in, I think we're going to have a great summer for small business at the Jersey Shore.
hmm
Um, People are not going to be getting on airplanes and going to exotic places. They're going to be getting in their cars and driving down here or renting houses and staying as local as possible. Um, the long term effects are gonna be there. But I think if we can get out of this in the next 30 days, I think we can recover and the local economy will come back online. And as long as small business, everybody does their part to get whatever disaster loans they can, and whatever they can do to proof themselves. And it's going to be a trickle up. The landlords are going to have to take a hit. The banks are going to take a hit. No one is exempt from where we're at right now. And I think that's the biggest message to get through is everybody's in this. We're all in this. You see posts all over Instagram about we're all in this together, and that goes all the way up the chain
yeah.
to big banks that are funding the big landlords, and everybody's got to participate for us to get out of it, or else it's going to collapse at the ground level with our small businesses, mostly the restaurants, small retail shops. Asbury Park has a lot of great little retail that's going to be affected right now.
Do you think that it's something that small businesses, can? I guess they can ask. They could always talk to their landlords and be like, I've heard of people asking, being like, look, if if they pay their rent, can't pay their employees, they're going out of like they're done. They're going out of business. So I mean, I guess that's always an option to talk to your landlord and work something out because it doesn't behoove a landlord to lose you, to get 1 month and get 1 month's rent versus a whole you going out and then it being vacant.
Right. The landlords have to give in, and it's all about having the conversation. All businesses have to have those conversations. All homeowners, if they're not going to be able to pay their mortgage because they were laid off, they've got to start calling the banks and let the mortgage companies know and start educating themselves on what they can do that's not going to impact credit, not going to impact buying power for the future.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean,
Really,
we're
really
talking we're
out there.
talking like we're talking education too, as far as like what to do in the future, and as far as the whole line of education, it's like people are a hell of a lot more educated today than they were a week ago. I had medical professionals like arguing with me on Facebook, like so silly, oh, this is the flu, this is the flu virus, and I'm like, no, this is the coronavirus. It's not the flu. It's a virus, but it's not the flu virus. Like, people were spreading a lot of misinformation out there, and it's amazing to see, certain people kind of stepping up and explaining everything and being responsible. I'm seeing like everybody's been seeing the videos of like spring breakers in Florida being irresponsible, but I think around here it's kind of caught on, and hopefully with these actions that we're doing, that it'll be a little more, it'll be a little more. We're being a little more safe. We don't know if how far, how many people are going to get sick, how far it's going to go. Every day I'm looking at it like the stock market. Like I'm looking at, like, are the numbers going up? Are they going down? So I'm happy to know that, my family and friends, as far as I could tell, they're all being, pretty responsible with all this. And I think, I thank you for being responsible as far as doing the podcast. Shared Universe Podcast Studios, like they take really good care of the people that are there. They clean everything down, and that's great. But I think you took it kind of a next level, and we're just like, well, let's just wait a second. We don't all have to get together. Just
I'll credit my wife on that one. We
ah,
out the door, and I'm like, if we're gonna try to put six of us in a room,
yeah,
cops might have to come and shut us down. And we've got the technology. Let's get on there and let's do it, and let's be able to connect on a regular basis and put some updates out there. I think we should get on again after the weekend, and let's see if we
yeah.
can't get some updates and get some other business owners with us, and get the pulse on the street.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely loving this new setup. So if we can't get together, I'll definitely be jumping on here, sporadically, just to see how everybody's doing and see if anybody wants to jump on. The you mentioned before that you heard a couple business owners that were in their buildings, and somebody kind of narked them out and was just like, "Hey, you can't be in your building." The cops came by and basically told him you got to go home. Like, is,
Yep.
is that is that where we are right now? Like just
I
people.
think I think we're headed there, but I do know somebody that this morning, who is a personal trainer and owns a space, and it's just him, and he was seeing a few clients, and someone called the cops on him, and the police
Bam.
came in and shut him down. I'm like, it's crazy out there.
Yeah, there was nobody even in there. It was just kind of him, right?
It was just kind of him, and police shut it down. They don't want anybody doing anything non-essential. So
Yeah.
the restaurants are okay to do delivery and takeout. Pharmacies, gas stations, hospitals, and grocery stores, and everybody else is left out in the dark. I'm in my office right now. There's only three of us here in the building that holds 50, so we're keeping our distance. We're doing our thing, and the rest of my staff is working remotely.
Hmm.
But it's certainly a challenge out there, and I don't know if you noticed this, but the other morning I noticed that there was a little bit of bog down on some of the apps that I use internet wise.
Yeah.
I felt a little slowdown. Maybe I was just being paranoid, but as we all get kicked out and we're going to spend a lot more time digitally, it's nuts. I mean, the only stock that's performing well is this Zoom stock.
Oh yeah. Just signed up. I mean, it's wild too, because it's like everybody is always like. I was talking to people last night. I've been having to stay up because of my newborn, and I was up in the middle of the night, and people are like, everybody is up all the time. Like you have people commenting or communicating with you, all hours of the day through social media. So that's it's kind of nice that we could still connect. Epic shouts to Adam Sino, happy birthday. Diane Kaplan's on there. Hello, Gina, how's it going? So I'm glad we could all connect. I'm just hoping everybody stays safe. There's the immediate, health concerns, and then there's these overall, business concerns that people have to start kind of, thinking about, going forward. A lot of people are doing stuff like this, teleconferencing. But the whole point, as in the name of the podcast, is totally local. So I really want to make sure that local businesses are kind of informed on what they can do and that people are kind of supporting each other, kind of like what we saw in Sandy. Epic shouts to Woody's and Seabright. My mom's house got destroyed in Seabright, and it was just what it was like. It was like a nightmare. And Woody's really opened their doors. They helped people out a lot. They donated a lot, and it was great to see that kind of a community. And I'm hoping people can kind of reciprocate. I know it's tough for a lot of people, with layoffs, or they don't know what's going to happen with their money. so it's not always easy. But I hope people can really, consider local businesses and how we kind of
Listen,
have
I
to work
think
together.
Woody's and Seabright, if I saw it correctly, they decided to, for pickup and takeout, delivery and takeout, whatever they're doing, pay what you can. So they took this whole kitchen type of model because they know there's going to be people that are financially struggling out there and need the help,
Hmm.
which, so Woody's is great for that. I got takeout from Second Jetty and Seabright last night. Went over there and picked up food for my family. I'm doing whatever I can do to support local. I'm going to pick up some vodka from the Long Branch Distillery.
There you
I
go.
got a packet waiting for me. I ordered it, paid for it online. It's all great.
Perfect.
We got a cool comment. Scott says on the best part of the spring break idiots was Michael Dell telling them to never apply at his companies. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny too because a lot of people, there's I want people to understand that there's like there's idiots across the board. A lot of people are there's I've heard racist comments, I've heard ageist comments, I've heard political comments, and it's like, guys, it's fine to disagree at Thanksgiving. It's fine whoever you voted for. I personally don't care. But like this is like beyond all that. Like everybody's hurting. There's no one to blame but a friggin' virus as far as I'm concerned. And it's nice to read about people kind of reaching out, like Asbury Park Dinner Table. They're taking donations. They're feeding people in the community in Asbury Park, which is great. It's kind of I think it's time to like forego all the BS and just kind of focus on like, all right, what are we going to do to make this so this isn't, as bad as '08,
What are we gonna do to keep our local together? I mean, I'm on the board of Fulfill,
Mm-hmm.
the Food Bank of Monmouth and Ocean counties, and the need is greater than ever right now.
Mm-hmm.
To feed our the students that are out of school, they still need to get their meals taken care of. So the needs at the food bank, at Fulfill, at lunch break, is more than ever right now. It's pretty incredible what's going on out there, and we just need to continue to support the kids, support the families, and do whatever we can for small business and see where we can go,
All right.
see how we can come out of this.
Yeah, I obviously, I think that's great. That's exactly where we should that's where our mindset should be, along with kind of being safe, helping each other out, making sure if there's any like elderly people in your neighborhood, if they need any help, help them out if they can't get to the store and stuff like that. I guess they were opening up the like grocery stores to people older, like of a certain age and older first, which I think is pretty interesting.
Give them
Um,
time to get in and get what they need before the crowd shows up. That's
yeah,
great.
it was super, man. When I went into ShopRite, I know it was days ago. It all blends together, but it was this weird eerie feeling where people were like, they're really tight, and everyone's kind of just like totally trying not to like touch each other, go, so people don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know. I appreciate you coming on here and talking to me about this, and I really think that over the weekend we'll kind of see where we're at, and we should definitely reconnect. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday, and see if we can get more people on here. Talking about this.
I think that'd be great. The weather's nice outside. Get to the beach, get some open air space, get some fresh air for the rest of the day before it gets a little chilly again. Like, let's
Yeah.
take advantage of what we can for right now with the weather
The,
and our location. Nice days, the beach and Sandy Hook, and
yeah.
they're the best places to go.
Yeah, I got to get out of this rainbow alleyway, and you got to get out of the Vatican. We got to get outside. The craziest thing I saw, just right before we go, like the craziest thing I saw was I was walking my dog, and there was a group of children playing kickball. And I haven't seen a group of children playing kickball since like I was in grade school. It was like they
Right,
were out in a park. I guess they were so freaking bored that they went outside. And I'm like, well, that's one positive. At least they're getting out and doing stuff.
right,
But
right.
I hope thanks again for talking to me, and
Thank you, Andrew.
I hope you and yours are safe and doing well, and I hope everybody out there, if anybody has any questions or shout outs or anything that they want to let us know, if anybody wants to jump in and do a totally local quarantined call. Kind of like this. Let me know. I'm still figuring all this stuff out. So if you like what you see, let me know. And again, thank you, Aaron, for coming on here. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Andrew. Talk to you soon.
All right, see you later.
Goodbye.